and welcome to the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of boys high school basketball. It's a Northwest Suburban Conference showdown between the Coon Rapids Cardinals and the Anoka Tornadoes. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro sidelines, and Howie, two teams that look at the remainder of their schedule and know they have to get some traction going into the playoffs. Cardinals won the first matchup. Tornadoes come in looking for a little revenge.
Well, there's some section implications here. Now, you look at the statistics. Anoka's 0-3 in the section. Coon Rapids is 2-3. This is a big game for the Tornadoes. They really want this win. They've been struggling like the Cardinals have, but they know they can play with them. They did lose by 10, but an opportunity to steal one on the road here.
A 10-point victory for the Coon Rapids Cardinals when they met at Anoka High School a few weeks back. And one of the big scorers for the Tornadoes, able to put up more than 20 points.
Albert Tennell scored 22 against the Cardinals, averaging a little over 7. But I think if the Tornadoes want to win this, they know that they're mismatched underneath. He's a taller player. He's going to have to perform well underneath the basket.
And for the Coon Rapids Cardinals, they've shown a lot of depth throughout the season, and we've seen guys that can do it at both ends of the court. And one guy I really was impressed by last week against Blaine was this young man, Jaden Palmer.
Well, you look at the stat sheet, you're not going to say, oh, he's lighting it up, just a little under 4 points, but he means so much to this club defensively, as you talked about. Leads the team in blocks with 10, plays really well on both ends of the court. He's very athletic, and he's going to be important tonight because, as you mentioned, you saw him against Blaine. He was active all night long. He's looking to do the same here tonight.
Yeah, just about 3.5 weeks left in the regular season. A big game in the conference and the section. Cardinals and the Tornadoes take the court next on CTN. Nice hands, drives and scores. Picked him off beautifully.
Is my 2020 census data safe? After sending your census response, your personal information is kept safe. By law, it can't be shared with any other government agency, law enforcement, or landlord. No one. So take your 2020 census with peace of mind. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
Back at the barn and just about ready to get this one started between Anoka and Coon Rapids. It's Ute night.
Ute. A lot of the young kids in the house.
The future of the basketball
Yes.
program in the stands.
And they're having a good time.
And for the slightly older players on the floor, the future is now.
Yes.
As cliche as it sounds, every
It's
game
true.
for both of these teams, somewhat of a playoff game.
Well, yeah, you want to, as sections go, you want to try and improve your standings. And you saw head coach Jeff Wall, and then, of course, head coach Mike Agorko, Joe. You know, I wish sometimes he'd get fired up for a game. Just one time.
It's hard to get a rise out of that guy.
Yeah, it's just so even keeled. So
Tornadoes able to control the ball to start. DeAndre Miller setting up high right side. Brody Lake now up top, pressured by Talon Elby. Back to Miller. Works to the right side. Creeping out is Lucky Morange. Miller threatens to the sidelines, comes back up top, hands off to Lake. Back into the corner for Tennell. Tennell can't find room to the baseline. Back up top to Miller. Miller works down low, picked up And the pass, what a steal along the baseline by Tarnu, and then just tiptoes and flips it back to his fellow receiver, Jordan Doe. Unfortunately, the pass didn't click underneath to Aurelius, but it will stay with Coon Rapids.
Well, one thing Coach Jeff Wall talked to me about is that they want to handle the pressure, and you saw they committed a turnover on their first possession. Those were things that the Cardinals want to take advantage of. 32 turnovers against Anoka the first time these two teams played.
Tarnu works to the baseline against Miller, finds Doe driving, he scores.
Yeah, just a really nice set play. Tarnu with a nice little dish. And Tarnu gets the first 2 points of this game.
Three-pointer for Lake from the left corner, won't fall. Good rebound position by Tarnu. He'll push it up court to Morange. Elmi backs away from Lake. Morange back up top, Aurelius. Tarnu in the post. Looking for room against Tunnell, can't find it. Ball loose, picked up by Doe. He'll slow it back down. Right side for Elmi. Doe, baseline, too much on it. Lake has the rebound and will bring it up court for Anoka. Speeds past Elmi, kicks it back out. Thinking about the shot and shuffling the feet was DeAndre Miller.
Yeah, turning the ball over is twice on their two possessions for the Tornadoes. And we talked about Joseph Tarno getting that first bucket, but that last defensive set for the Cardinals did a really nice job of boxing out to get that rebound.
Jordan Doe left side for Jackson Aurelius. Morange had to go off his fingers to Tunnell. Tunnell slows, kicks it back for Miller. Miller on the dribble, right side. Lake thought about the really long three-pointer. Instead will work his way out and now try and find room against Elmi. Kicks it out. Tunnell for three, rolls it across the top of the iron. Another rebound for Tarnu. And Elmi will move across midcourt. Driving, getting contact. The bucket will not count. Shot before the foul. Foul before the shot.
Yes. And there again, Elmi
There's
just
the foul right there.
But he's quick and he's creative, and he get an opportunity to get to the bucket.
Up top, Elmi and Tarnu both there. Elmi controls left side. Into the low post, Aurelius. Working against Ianni, not able to get it to go. Ianni has the rebound. And Lake across midcourt, right side for Miller. Double team comes, and Doe got it with his foot.
Well, and again, it's just Anoka trying to figure out this pressure from Coon Rapids defensively. And it's really important to, for them to shoot the ball well. And then once they on offense to get defensive transition as well. So these are some of the things Anoka wants to do here tonight.
Miller drives to the lane, kicks it out. Lake for three from the corner, off the side of the backboard, right back to him. Drives, kicks it across. Ianni had to recover it. This is Nyamari for three. That won't fall. Rebound tipped, controlled by Lake. To Tunnell in the corner. He wants three. That one's good, and Anoka has a lead.
Well, Coach Wall has to be pleased with that effort from his guys. Again, second and third opportunities for the Tornadoes, and they finally find him alone for the three.
Morange left side for Coon Rapids. Elmi, long three. That one won't go. Ianni has the rebound. Miller into the front court. Out to defend is Morange. Left side to Nyamari. Back up top. There's Brody Lake. Round the corner, baseline, kicks it out, but he traveled.
Yeah, he was trying to stay under control, but it just one too many steps. And that gives another turnover to the Cardinals.
MJ Galama and Jaden Palmer into the game for subs for Coon Rapids.
Well, you know, when you can bring 2 players like that off the bench to put in your lineup, that's pretty good for Coon Rapids. Both really good athletes.
Donald Pry and Keenan Rodriguez into the game for the first time for Anoka. Galama driving and scoring. Rodriguez in the backcourt. Kicks it across to Nyamari. He gets over the timeline. And a kick.
Yeah.
Again, but
well, MJ coming off the bench and getting that quick 2.
Nyamari to Rodriguez. Steps up, runs into the trap. Jaden Palmer will step in and tie it up.
Now, we talked about Palmer on the defensive end, and he certainly is an important cog in this Cardinal lineup.
Elmy hands off. Galama to Palmer, tried to feed it inside, taken away by Ianni. Ahead Tennell, but Galama gets it on the overthrow. Galama kicks it out. 3-pointer for Doe is short. The rebound by Rodriguez.
I like the thought. He just couldn't drop it.
Another one booted, this time by Galama, and quick reflexes by one of our young players in attendance.
Yeah, he darted out there to get that basketball.
Make sure it did not get away. Like a young Dave Emme.
Cat-like reflexes.
Rodriguez to Tennell, driving through the paint and scoring. Jordan Doe, watched by Nyamari, left side, picked up there by Ianni. And a foul away from the ball. I think it's going to go against Jay Nyamari.
Yeah. That's the first on him and the second on Anoka.
Doe inbounds to Aurelius. Gets it up over Ianni, but can't get it to fall. Ianni tracks down the rebound.
Yeah, those are baskets that Jackson's going to score 9 times out of 10. Unfortunately, he just couldn't get the roll.
Good hand by Aurelius into the lane. Recovered, though, by Ianni. Rodriguez into the front court. Double team creeping in. He gets it to Nyamari, and that one's booted away by Jordan Doe. Collins Diego.
There's red. We'll hear him as the night goes on.
Rodriguez to Nyamari, driving. Nice move to the lane, and he scores.
Yeah, that was pretty. Nice job being in control in the air.
Aurelius trying to answer. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I think it's going to be on Tennell. Nope. It'll be Diego. His first, team third.
Aurelius makes the first. And he hits them both. Back to a 1-point game.
Now you're going to see the full court pressure here by Coon Rapids. They're going to really give these young players from Anoka some trouble.
Palmer steps up, gets the steal, and he scores.
Yeah.
And Coon Rapids back in front.
Yeah, and that's the strength of Jaden Palmer, just being aggressive on the defensive end and turning it into points.
Other end kicked out. Nyamari up top. Rodriguez. Little fake, now drives. That's not going to fall. Great follow by Tennell, though. And Tennell will have a +1 opportunity.
Call that on Palmer. His first, team first. So you're going to see it there. Trying to make something happen. Rodriguez going to drive the lane, and there's where you see the infraction. Tennell gets the bucket.
Not able to cash in on the +1 opportunity, but Anoka gets the possession back. Long three for Nyamari is good, and they lead 12-8.
See, and again, you don't get that rebound on the missed free throw, and it leads to a three-point shot. Those are things that the Cardinals defensively must do.
Spinning in the lane is Aurelius, had to adjust, but he's able to get it in.
Jackson had 18 points against Anoka in his first game on shots just like that because he dominated in the paint. And that's what he also wants to do here tonight, is continue that play.
Rodriguez leaves it off. Nyamari thought about this shot, now goes to the lane, then dropped it off. Into the corner, Tennell for three. That one's good.
Now, Tennell, again, he's good from the inside and he's good from the outside. He's got a couple of threes. Already 10 points for the young man. Here, plenty of time left in this first half.
MJ Galima right side to Jaden Palmer up top. Aurelius swings it over to Jordan Doe. Doe watched by Nyamari, back up top to MJ Galima. Stretching the defense from Donald Pra. And that's going to be an offensive foul, and Jaden Palmer just getting there a little bit late to set the screen. Elijah Smith checking in for Coon Rapids.
Well, the last time these two teams played, Coon Rapids had a 13-point lead at the break. So this is something I know Coon Rapids going to try and continue to get their offense going, which they've been struggling with this year.
Big swat by Smith, fresh off the bench, but turned right back over to Rodriguez. Cross court into corner three for Pra. That one won't go. The rebound by Aurelius, and Doe will lead the charge to the other end for the guys in black. Nice drive with the left hand, but it won't fall for Doe, and Nyamari wants to run the other way. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Great defensive set. Couple of plays fresh off the bench for Elijah Smith.
Yeah, I mean, watch Smith
and this
hold
is
his ground.
Helped dramatically by the great hand right there by MJ Galima. Slowed Nyamari down. Great positioning by Smith. And draws that offensive foul.
So you see 9:50 remaining. The Cardinals trailing by 5 with the basketball.
And a shout out to Seth Colson and his amazing staff. Thank you for your support.
And the Cardinals, offensively wants to keep the Tornadoes pretty much on their heels here tonight. So far, Anoka doing a good job of holding on to the lead. And if you've been holding out hope that you're going to see yourself on our site, you better make sure you like us, because you may just get on there on Facebook at CTN.
Smith, right side. Driving Aurelius, and he scores.
And he did a really nice job of just making sure he protected the basketball and able to keep it outstretched in his right hand so he could make that layup from the other side.
Smith inside, Aurelius turns, scores, and it's back to a one-point game.
Well, and I think that's what Coach O would talk to his guys about. Let's work that ball underneath to Jackson Aurelius and let him do his thing, because they do have the size advantage underneath.
Another big defensive play by Smith. He takes it to the other end and puts his team back in front.
Yeah, and again, defense leads to offense for the Cardinals here in this situation. Did a really nice job of stealing the basketball, turning over Anoka, and then getting points off that turnover.
Rodriguez slipping through the defense, and a nice pass to find Ianni underneath. Right back to the lead for Anoka. Driving talent, Elmi, and he scores. Coon Rapids lead.
Well, again, using his quickness to gain the edge.
Rodriguez steps through a couple of defenders. Ianni thought about the three. Inside, outside to Nyamari for three. That's off the mark. Long rebound controlled by Smith. Galama pushes it. Elmi alone underneath, but defense close. He hands it off for Doe instead. It got poked away, and here's Rodriguez running to the other end. Prod drives, blocked by Galama. Doe ahead for Elmi. Aurelius fakes and scores.
Kalan is so unselfish as he dishes that pass to Jackson underneath. Knew he had better positioning and he's able to score. He's got 10.
Rodriguez kicks it across. Ianni thought about the three, steps inside instead. Nyamari. Rodriguez will fire from long range. That's off the mark. Smith another rebound. Doe, little delay, maybe a little indecision, and the shot is off the mark. Rodriguez leans into the front court, lost the handle, gets in trouble, but smart enough to play it off. Aurelius out of bounds. Give his team a chance to reset on offense.
Got some substitutions for the Tornadoes. Lake back in the game. In addition to DeAndre Miller and Makai Wilson.
Wilson underneath, turns with the left hand and scores.
Well, he was just standing on the wing and did a nice job of cutting to the basket. They found him.
Tarnu right side, up top for Galama. Galama trying to create some space, gets Elmi a look, and Elmi buries it.
Juan did a really nice job. He knew when he released it that ball was going in. Had the right arc. He could feel it.
Lake steps up, pressured, kicks it off. Ianni, right side. Stepping into this shot is Prod. That won't go. Galama the rebound. Trying to get it back to Tarnu. Great job coming back to the ball. Aurelius will drive, draw the foul, and go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, again, you be active underneath the basket. At that time, Jackson didn't get the bucket, but able to see if he can earn points from the stripe. Again, you make something happen, and you have that opportunity to get points. Tunnell back in for the Tornadoes. He's the leading scorer for Anoka with 10.
And Jackson Aurelius now the game's leading scorer with 12. 5:45 to go first half. Coon Rapids up 25-19. Brody Lake hands it off for DeAndre Miller into the corner. Cross-court pass nearly taken away by Elmi, and the three-pointer by Lake will cut that lead in half. Pass up top, knocked away by Wilson, recovered by Tarnu, gets it to Galama. Galama backs away from Prod, right side for Taylon Elmi. Over the top, a little too much on it from Smith, and it's taken away by Miller. DeAndre Miller kicks it out, Wilson into the corner, now gets it back. He'll take a three, and he'll hit it. We're tied at 25.
Yeah, good job moving the ball around the perimeter. Able to find Wilson, and Wilson put it in from way outside.
Back-to-back three-pointers. And the largest lead of the night for the Cardinals has disappeared. A little miscommunication on the offensive end. And the ball turned right back over to the Tornadoes. Brody Lake troubled. Tied up by Tarnu on the floor. Lake somehow able to keep it from being just a straight steal and a breakaway the other way, and actually maintains possession for his Anoka Tornadoes.
Yeah, he did a good job with it. Tarnu turned a little defensive back.
Miller hands off to Lake. Prague going back the other way, and now Miller fakes, stops up. Tunnell thought about the three. That shot won't go. Rebound by Tarnu, poked away but recovered. Here's Elijah Smith. His pass nearly taken away. Galamo will step up with the speed. Can't get it to fall. Tunnell had the rebound, and he's fouled by Elijah Smith.
So that will be Elijah's first, team third. Amari back in, as well as Palmer. Palmer for the Cards. I for the Tornadoes.
Miller trapped in the backcourt, gets it ahead to Lake. Pushes it to Ianni underneath, back out. Nyamari steps around the defense. Lake, long three-pointer. Won't fall. Rebound punched away. Tarnu will take it on the run and score at the other end.
Yeah, Joseph with a really nice athletic move to be able to create opportunity for himself.
Miller got lost in the traffic, but able to get the ball back, call a quick timeout.
Yeah, again, good.
And great recovery after what should have really been a turnover.
It should have. I mean, and again, continued really good pressure defensively from the Cardinals and really limiting what Anoka wants to do. Come on, Red, bust a move. Waiting for you to bust a move, Red.
Not wait for the second half.
Well, he started. Make sure you catch what we do on YouTube. We're live during the regular season on YouTube.
And you can watch all summer long,
I know.
all of those beautiful replays.
We do all that. I mean, Joe and I have parties at his house. We put on games. We review our tape and break down film. Is that what we do?
Yeah. Lake inbounds to Nyamari. Back to Lake in the corner. Three-pointer won't fall. Long rebound. Miller will take a three. That one won't go. Another rebound. Miller inside underneath. Lake rolls in and out. And they're going to call it basket interference.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't think he got up that high.
I didn't think so either.
I didn't think he affected it while it was in the cylinder. It definitely went
Let's
in
take a
and
look.
out.
Let's take a look. Oh, he said he hit the backboard.
Oh.
That's why. That's got to be the only reason. He certainly didn't touch the ball or the rim. That's a steal there.
Elijah Smith working against Ianni, kicks it out to MJ Galama. He'll drive against Lake, get the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, MJ just such a good athlete, using his strength to carry through.
Well, and once he gets Lake on the move.
Yeah, he's going to beat him. You can see MJ doing a nice job of just blowing past Lake, and Lake has no other opportunity but to try and disrupt him. But MJ is able to continue and drop the basket.
Galama hits it. Coon Rapids up 3 with just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Cross court, Miller had to track it down. Cardinals trying to swarm. He got it back across the Lake. He gets it back from him. Bounced away from Tunnell in the middle. Galama to Aurelius, back to Galama. Huge block by Tunnell. Miller at the other end, he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. A resounding no from Albert Tunnell.
Said, I know this is your house, but not going to have it here. We'll see it again. I mean, I like the thought here. And then quick transition, trying to score points on the other end for the Tornadoes, who are trailing by 3.
DeAndre Miller able to hit the first.
I think they gave that to Doe, didn't they? I believe that foul.
And Miller hits them both. 1 point game with 2:30 remaining. Makai Wilson back on the floor. Double team comes, gets it across to Palmer. Gallimore thought about the shot, then had it tipped away as he put it on the floor. Brody Lake back the other way. Into the near corner, Nyamari. Into the middle, kicks it out. Lake, another long 3 attempt. This one gets the roll and puts Anoka back in front. Gallimore quickly to the other end. Into the middle, Palmer kicks it out. Murange for 3. That won't fall. Palmer tips it out. Gallimore near midcourt. Palmer on the baseline, into the middle. Aurelius will roll it home, and we're tied again.
Yeah, again, get Jackson active in the middle like he is there, and he uses his height advantages to get the bucket.
Wilson back up top to Lake. Cross to Nyamari. Into the corner. Miami thought about the shot, hands it off to Nyamari instead. Nyamari finds his way through traffic, and he scores.
Again, just break right through that middle of that defense.
Aurelius an early 3. It's short. Miami the long rebound. Under a minute to go in this first half. Anoka the possession and a 2-point lead. Jaden Palmer going to the floor, can't get the steal. Up firing is Wilson. That won't fall. Tanell is there to tip it home. Three-pointer for Gallimore at the other end. That won't go. Aurelius got there but couldn't control, and the Tornadoes will have another possession. 33 left in the first.
Smith coming back in for Coon Rapids. With a little over 33 seconds remaining in this opening half.
Miami will take the 3. That won't go. Tanell has position, blocked by Smith. Recovered by Aurelius, and here's Jordan Doe. Under 20 to go. Doe tried to get it to Smith. Tanell disrupts, comes up with the steal, and 10 seconds left for Anoka to work. Lake kicks it to Tanell for 3. It's good. And it's going to be a 7-point Tornado lead going to the locker room. We'll take a break. We'll get some first half reaction right after this. You're watching live high school boys basketball on CTN.
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected. Welcome back to the barn on the campus of Coon Rapids High School. We're watching CTN's live presentation, boys high school basketball. We're at the break, 39-32 for lead for Anoka over Coon Rapids. I'm here with Cardinal head coach Micah Gork. I thought the defense in that first half, for the most part, was good for you guys. Maybe a few too many chances that you allowed Anoka on missed offensive opportunities.
Oh, for sure. We've given up tons of second chance points, and a lot of them have been threes. They're hitting some threes tonight. We know they want to shoot. They want to hit threes. They want to shoot, and they're hitting them. But we're giving them multiple opportunities. We also killed ourselves at the end of the half. We took 2 off-balance threes. That's not our MO. Those are hidden turnovers for us. So, in this final minute, we basically had a lead that turned into a 7-point deficit. We got to clean that up.
So what else you talk to the guys about at the break in terms of what they do differently here in the second half?
Well, we're going to look at what we're doing defensively at times, trying to keep them off rhythm. Obviously, number 4 is hot tonight. He hurt us last time, not so much for 3, but inside. But he's feeling it tonight. We got to know where he is, plain and simple. Offensively, we got to do what we did early on. We had some good success. We had some good movement, got it inside, got cuts, got pieces moving. Stuff was there for us. Drive lanes were there for us. We don't need to go where we were in panic mode at the end of the half. We do that, we're in trouble. That's not our strength.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second. We're going to take a quick break and be back with stats and highlights from the first half right after this.
Jason, let's go see your room.
Back at the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, Anoka up 39-32 as we get to the break. And as Coach O talked about, they went up 30-27 with just under 3 minutes remaining, and they go 12 and they give up a 12-2 run to the Tornadoes to close out the half, and Anoka, nice lead going to the locker room.
Well, and you can tell the frustration in his voice a little bit. Got out of their game. He talked about the off-balance threes, that's not what they do. And then to give up that little bit of flurry at the end of the first half really helps. We talked about it. They had a 13-point lead going into the break last time these two teams played. Now Anoka with a 7-point lead. And, section implications, this is a big game for both teams, but Anoka playing with the lead right now.
Well, and it was a good, fast-paced ball game back and forth throughout that first half. Joseph Tarnu, I thought, had a great start for Coon Rapids and really was a spark for this team. But Tennell, he's feeling it. He had a couple of their three-pointers, has 15 points to lead all scorers in the first half. Coon Rapids getting a lot of guys involved, but only one that has really produced big numbers through the first 18 minutes, and that is Jackson Aurelius, who has 14 points. Elijah Smith, a nice defensive play and a drive there. Wilson's come off the bench to add 5 points for Anoka. Lake has 8, and Iamari has 7. Tennell, again, with the last second three-pointer to go from 11 to 14 points, or from 12 to 15 points in that first half. Give him that nice 7-point lead.
Coach talked about Tennell hurting them mostly from underneath the last time. This time he's done a really nice job of opening up his perimeter game and hitting from outside, from beyond the arc.
We'll see which team is able to come back stronger in the second. It's Anoka 39, Coon Rapids 32 as we reach the half. You were watching boys high school basketball on CTN.
So I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I was born, and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Cardinal fans on their feet and red. The #1 fan, of course, in attendance. Hello and welcome to Inside Access, your ticket behind the scenes of Coon Rapids sports. Studio and Howie, it feels great to be back behind the desk.
I can't think of too many things better in life. How about you?
I can think of one, because it's an all-out sprint to the finish.
Okay. Kind of like your life.
They host Elk River on Tuesday, and Howie?
We'll be there. Hey, there you go. It's contagious.
It's all your fault.
Yeah, of course it is.
Sports Side, I'm Joe Young.
I'm Joe Young as well. And I'm not so sure how good we'll look on HD, but you know.
I appreciate the effort.
I try.
I do.
What is the 2020 census? Every 10 years, the census records everyone living in this country. It's written in the Constitution and comes in a questionnaire that counts everyone who lives at your address on April 1st. The data can be used to inform funding for services like fire stations, schools, clinics, and representation that affect your community. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
Welcome back to Coon Rapids High School. We're at the break. Anoka leading Coon Rapids 37-32. I'm here with head coach Jeff Wall. And coach, you did a really nice job, I think, especially at the end of that first half, building that lead. You got a couple of opportunities, 2 second chance opportunities, and which led to buckets. Talk a little bit about what you thought went on in that first half for your squad.
Yeah, we were proud of the energy. That was what we were looking for to start with. We needed good energy, so we had that. We had the rebounding. So there's some pieces there to build on, I think, to get this second half going.
There's section implications in this game. Obviously, you're looking for your first win in the section. Talk about how important that is and what you're going to do to continue this play here in the second half.
Yeah, well, it's such a great rivalry, number one. And then number two, the kids play clean, hard basketball every time we get together. So it means a lot. And you're right, from section implications, you get a win, it sure makes a difference.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the second half right after this.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come.
Hi, I'm Ryan Nagasu, 2010 Olympian and bronze medal winner of the 2014 U.S. Championships. I knew I loved skating at the age of 5, and now it's become my life passion. Find your skating passion at the Coon Rapids Ice Center. Classes are available all year round. It could be the place where your skating dreams come true. See you on ice.
Back at the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, Anoka leading Coon Rapids by 7 as we get set to start the second half.
Well, Coach Wall talked about the energy from his squad, and you really did see it, especially at the end of that, at the first half, where they've been able to open up that lead.
Doe hands it off. Taylon Elmy trying to feed underneath, take it away by Tennell. Lake drives it in, has room, takes a jump shot, and hits it.
Yeah, and again, Lake just steps back a little bit, creates a little space for himself, and able to drop it.
And he's got 10. Morange looking to pass. And it went awry.
Yeah, 2 turnovers on 2 possessions so far for the Cardinals.
Lake into the front court, right side for Wilson. Leaves it out for Tennell. Ianni down low. Gets underneath, kicks it out. Nyamari can't hit from 3. The rebound by Ianni. Wilson for 3. That one won't go either. Aurelius has the rebound to Jordan Doe. Up the court for the Cardinals. Nice crossover, lots of room, and he scores.
Yeah, that was pretty. We talked with Coach O about the fact that, defensively they, given up more than one opportunity, and you saw it there on the last time. Fortunately for the Cards, it didn't hurt them.
No, 2 nice looks at 3.
Yeah.
Miami just inside the line. That shot won't go. Rebound tip to Doe, and he pushes it. But Lake intercepts. Aurelius denies the pass. Anoka will have it out of bounds. Nyamari, Ianni left side, thought about this shot, steps in instead. Wilson. Short jump shot, no good. Tennell got the foul, was fouled, and will go to the line and shoot 2.
I'll put that one, call that one on Tarnu. That's his first, team first.
First team foul. Albert's out to the line. Tornado.
Tennell already with 15 points in the game, about twice his average. But we did talk about the fact that he had 22 the first matchup with Coon Rapids.
Able to hit the second. Aurelius, a quick 3, but he hits it.
Well, that was a big 3 for the Cardinals. Pulls them within 5.
Nyamari ran into traffic. Doe the steal at the other end. Morange to Elmi for 3. That won't fall. Smith in the middle of 3 white jerseys can't come up with the rebound, and Lake will get it to Ianni ahead. Into the paint, kicks it out. Nyamari for 3. That one won't go. Morange has the rebound for the Cardinals, and then a steal right back by Nyamari. Hands it off to Tennell, and he overran it, and the Cardinals trying to collapse a little behind the back pass, and then the cross-court attempt taken away by Elmi.
There's a walk. That's a couple of tough plays for Lucky down. The last one, that pass was a little nonchalant that led to the turnover, and then a walk there on the offensive end.
Inbound to Nyamari. Hands back off to Brody Lake. Passes to Wilson. Makai Wilson hands it off. Lake thought about the 3. Wilson will take one from the top of the key, and he hit it.
It was a big 3 for Wilson. He has 8 off the bench. Got the start in the second half.
That pass off the mark, taken away by Lake. Lake on the run to the other end. The bucket and the foul.
Oh, it pushes it to a 10-point lead. All of a sudden, Anoka doing a good job of stepping up and opening up their lead that they had at halftime from 7 now to 10. Opportunity to make it 11 if Lake can hit the free throw here.
And he does just that. Timeout? No.
Nope. Galama coming back in for Coon Rapids. And all of a sudden, the Tornadoes have an 11-point lead, Joe Young.
A lot of basketball.
Tons of basketball.
Aurelius drives, avoids contact, and scores.
He has 19.
Wilson right side, hands off to Tennell up top. And now Lake works against Helmy, right side for Tennell. Drives to the lane. I think Smith got a piece of that. Aurelius ahead to Helmy behind the defense. He scores.
Kalon doing a nice job of, again, body control, making sure even if he was going to get contact that he was going to get the bucket.
Kick out Tennell for three. That won't go. The rebound by Galama. Galama able to regain control, drive the length, and score.
Yeah, and that's what MJ brings to the table. I mean, he's so athletic. Again, he's able to split the defense and stay enough under control to drop the bucket to cut the lead now to 5.
Morange got a piece of it. It'll be an Anoka ball. Collins Diego checks back in. Diego in some trouble. Aurelius knocks it away. Diego able to track it back down, and now Miami. Blake, wide open look for three, and he buries it.
Well, he's feeling it too. I mean, that was way outside. Coach O not happy about the defense on that
as
play.
Soon as the ball went to him, he went, no, you can't leave him there. Helmy, great job with the left hand avoiding contact around the defense.
Cardinals now applying a little pressure.
Lake's pass deflected out of bounds down to Prod. Back in. Prod just a freshman. Played a fair amount of minutes in that first half. Back early here in the second. Brody Lake has it on the inbound. Nyamari into the corner. Gets it back from Diego. Drives to the lane and gets some contact. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Elijah Smith picks up the infraction. That's his 3rd.
Smith will go sit down with his 3 fouls. Jaden Palmer checks back in. Nyamari missed the first. Team leads by 6, make it 7. Left side, Aurelius to Palmer in the paint. High post, back out to Morange. Fakes the shot. Put it on the floor, kicks it out. Aurelius for 3. That won't fall. Tracking down the rebound is Prod.
I like the thought. You know, Jackson hit one from outside earlier, but that was hard off the iron. Easy rebound for the Tornadoes.
Prod into the front court, back to Brody Lake. Back to Prod. Niani ran into some traffic. Cardinals not able to tie up. Lake thought about the 22-footer. Pra steps up into the corner, but a foul on the pass. Galama goes hard to the floor.
That'll be his first, team 4th.
Tennell and Wilson back in for Anoka. The inbound goes to Brody Lake in the backcourt. Nyamari, pass tipped. Lake able to tiptoe and save it along the end line. Nyamari across midcourt. Lake to Wilson. He'll take the three. That won't fall. Tennell goes over the top, gets the rebound. And it's kicked by the Cardinals in the scramble. Oh, Anoka kicked it. Foul away from the ball against Nyamari.
And that's his third. First team foul. First team foul for Anoka.
Gallimore. Watched by Pra. Pass taken away by Wilson, and Wilson put a little too much on it. Palmer has the rebound. Needs some help. Gets it from Gallimore.
Well, defensive pressure forced him to put a little too much on it.
Elmy nearly lost it in the corner, but able to recover. Back up top for Gallimore. Gallimore looking for a lane, drives against Tennell, and he puts too much on it. Long pass by Lake. Nyamari lays it in.
Yeah, that time the breakdown in the defense, as the Cardinals are going to call a timeout and talk about things now. Down by 9 with 10:06 remaining in this contest. Coach Joe not happy with the effort there, as that turned into a bucket for Anoka.
On the student side of the auditorium.
Well, you may want to tweet about this after the game. Make sure you follow us.
During the game.
Or during the game, correct? But you don't want to take your gaze off the screen, and certainly what Joe Young has to say. All the important stuff. So Cardinals coming in losers of 4 in a row. Anoka losers of 5 in a row.
Ten minutes remaining. Anoka up by 9. Gallimore up top to Talon Elmy. Left side, Palmer to Aurelius in the corner. Into the low post, Morange working against Lake. Shot won't go. Palmer skies for the rebound. Able to get it back up. Bucket and the foul for Jaden Palmer.
And that's just hustle by Jaden Palmer. Again, he knew he didn't get the first shot, but he stayed with it. And again, he was able to get the basketball, step back a little bit, create contact, and he was still able to get the basketball to fall.
Back in the game for the Cardinals with 3, Jordan Go.
Good three-point play for Jordan Palmer. He has 5 on the night. Cards within 6.
Pra back up top to Lake. Back to Pra right side. Back to Lake near midcourt. Morange going to be called for the reach. Trying to deny the pass to Tennell.
So that would be his first team 5th. Tornadoes have a few fouls to give. Only 2 so far in the half.
Tennell back out to Lake. It took him off the set he had ready to shoot.
Yep.
Pra left side now. Tornadoes with the lead, not in any hurry. Here's Lake for 3. That won't go. And Gallimore quickly down court to Talon Elmy. Splits a couple of defenders. Hands it off. Gallimore takes it in and scores.
So MJ, again, a little bit of a hesitation And then he was able to use his speed to blow by the defender and get the bucket. We're a 4-point lead now for Anoka with 8:25 remaining.
Donnell turns to the lane. Shot won't fall. Rebound tipped around. Palmer punches it ahead to Morange. Morange blocked away. Coach.
We'll see it again. They called one.
Oh, wants the goaltending.
I think the ball. Well, they did call the Cardinals earlier in that first half for slapping the backboard.
There was ball contact on the way up and off the backboard. There was a lot of hand contact with the backboard, though, as well.
There was.
Remains a 4-point lead for the Tornadoes. Brody Lake. Right side for Pra. Gets it back. Taylon Elmy on defense. Left side, Nyamari for 3. That one won't go. High rebound. And a foul against Brody Lake. A little push on the rebound. His third.
Yeah, his third. So, you know, he's got third.
Nyamari
with 3. Yep. Aurelius back into the game. His 19 points.
Morange working against Tennell. Runs out of room, hands off. Doe on the reverse. It's a 2-point game.
Yeah, and again, that's just patience from Coon Rapids, just playing their game, playing tight defense, and then being successful on the offensive end.
Nyamari to Lake. Gets around Elmy. Kicks it out. Nyamari driving baseline. Shot won't fall. Tennell had a piece of it. Got it to Pra. Pra leaves it off. Lake's short jumper won't go. Aurelius has the rebound, and he wants to run. To Morange in the corner. He bobbled it and lost it out of bounds.
You know, Cardinals called a timeout when Anoka had that 11-point lead. It's been a pretty good timeout for them as they've been able to chip into that lead. Now just trailed by 2.
And number 21, Keenan Rodriguez.
9-point lead. I stand corrected. Or I'm sitting, actually, so I sit corrected.
Keenan Rodriguez back in for Anoka, as is DeAndre Miller, who brings it into the front court. Left side, Rodriguez. Defender fell down. He gets it to Tennell. His shot won't go. The rebound by Galama.
Yeah, Tennell just rushed that shot.
They go back to Morange in the corner. Another bobble doesn't allow him to come up shooting, and then he lost it as he tried to work against Tennell. Rodriguez the other way, kicks it out. Miller stepped on the line and traveled.
He's disputing that.
And Wynn had a stern word for Brody Lake.
We'll see it again as Rodriguez with a nice dish across. I thought he stepped out
of bounds.
I think he's out of bounds right there.
Galama had to adjust. Shot won't go. Not even close. Pra secures, holds, now hands off for DeAndre Miller. Rodriguez turns and shoots the 3 well off the mark. Long rebound. Aurelius ahead to Elmy, and it went right through his hands, out of bounds. Another turnover.
Anoka certainly on the offensive end has gone cold.
Well, and fortunate that Coon Rapids has turned over 3 straight.
Yep.
I mean, we've gone almost 2 minutes without a point. Foul on Ianni, away from the ball.
That'll be his second.
Timeout before the inbound.
Now Cardinals want to talk about things. 5:20 remaining in this game, trailing by 2. And it looked like that Anoka was going to try and run away with this, but Cardinals would have none of it. There's Red in the house.
It was a late spurt by Anoka to end the first half. They got him a 7-point lead. Coon Rapids fell behind by as much as 11 early in this first half. They cut back within 5. Anoka spread it back out to 9. Since then, 7 straight for Coon Rapids, and now a possession and an opportunity to tie it. A couple 3-4 turnovers in a row for the Anoka Tornado, or for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. And
the fans enjoying it. That young man asked me if he could get on TV, and boy, he's getting his share of screen time here.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Be entertaining.
Yes, be entertaining, and you will get on CTN. I don't know how you and I have
was just going to say that. I'm not sure what we did. But Jordan Doe driving left side of the lane, and he scores. We're tied at 54.
And all of a sudden, it's a new game. And really, obviously the momentum is squarely on the side of the Cardinals. Anoka's really gone cold from the field.
Ianni, an open look for 3 from the corner. That's short. Rebound by Tennell. Back out. Into the middle is Miller. His little fadeaway won't fall. Aurelius has the rebound for the Cardinals.
Oh, and Elmi was open too, but would have been tough.
All alone down court.
Yeah.
Driving is Doe. He gets the foul on Pra. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Yeah, the pendulum has definitely swung in favor of the home team. Also in the fouls department, Coon Rapids had 4 before Anoka got there first. Now both with 5.
Yeah, and free throws are going to be hugely important as this game continues. Now Yamari and Lake back into the contest for Anoka, both with 3 personals.
First time Coon Rapids has had the lead since there were about 2 minutes left in the first half. Rebound tipped, and it'll go out of bounds. Now Amari wisely lets it go, as that was clearly off from Morange. Elmi tips it away from Lake. He's in on the breakaway. And it's tipped home by Lucky Morange.
Yeah, nice follow by Lucky. He's able to get the miss off the Elmi miss. He's able to clean it up. 3-point lead for the Cardinals.
Lake lost the handle, recovers. Elmi pressures into the corner. Pra will bring it back up top. Tennell turns and now backs away from Aurelius. Right side for Nyamari. Tennell has been pretty quiet since very early in this second half. What a block by Joseph Tarnu. Just came out of a group of players to swat it away. Here's Ianni for 3. That's in and out. The rebound by Morange. Doe pushes it ahead. What a pass for Elmi, and he scores. Unbelievable turn at both ends. Joseph Tarnu, a huge block, and then it just, that pass did not look like it had any chance.
No.
Jordan Doe
had a little English.
Slips it through, threads the needle, and finds Elmi perfectly in stride to lay it home.
Yeah, that was a very pretty pass. And a much-needed timeout for the Tornadoes, because they've seen a 9-point lead vanish.
14-0 spurt by the Cardinals since the first time out.
Still plenty of time.
Oh, absolutely. In a tight ball game, but God, gorgeous pass.
And Elmi does a nice job of finishing.
Everybody contributing. It's what both these squads will need.
Oh, yeah.
Down the stretch and into the playoffs.
Now we're going to see a little bit of pressure here from the Cardinals. I mean, why not? Their defense has played so well here in the last stretch.
DeAndre Miller turns up court. Taylon Elmy will just back away until he gets to the stripe. Miller into the front court. Off to Ianni, and he's tripped up. No, they're going to call it a travel.
I don't know if Lucky talked the official into that.
I thought they were going to call Jackson for a trip. Feet just coincidentally getting tangled up. Aurelius, the length of the floor against Ianni, spins back, but he traveled.
Yeah, kind of lost his shoe, slipped a little bit.
No, Gork's fired up.
He is. Well, when isn't he?
We got a game here.
I have a feeling
3 minutes to go. Coon Rapids leads by 5.
I have a feeling once the alarm goes off, Gork gets fired up in the morning.
Nyamari. Tennell finds a way to get to the lane and break his cold streak.
And they needed that.
Hugely. Three-pointer for Morange off the mark. The rebound by Ianni, taken right back by Doe. Spins around and draws a foul. I mean, Ianni's got to be, where did that guy come from?
Quick hands, quick, we talk about the athletes on this Cardinal squad, and their roster is full of them.
Watch the thievery.
Yeah, just come around.
Love it.
I'll take that.
1-and-1 opportunity, or no, they call it a two-shot foul. He's trying to pass, but okay. Able to get the roll on the second.
Get the home rim bounce.
So the Tornadoes had gone almost 7.5 minutes without a point. Ianni lost it in traffic. Aurelius ahead to Doe. Can't finish, but the foul will put him at the line to shoot 2.
And that's getting a little frustrating for Anoka there. I think that was a frustration foul.
Jordan Doe to the line for the Cardinals.
I mean, he definitely had him beat to the edge.
2:15 to go. Doe able to hit the first this time. Doe has 11. As does Taylon Elmy.
And 19 for Aurelius.
Full court pressure brought by Aurelius. Nyamari's pass tipped. Tarnu to Galama underneath. Aurelius got spun around. Tarnu recovers. Elmy for 3. It's good.
That's huge. That's huge. We're under 2 minutes left, and that may be the dagger that the Cardinals need. Elmy with 14.
Looking for the answer. Nyamari is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, I don't know. He might shoot 3.
Or 3,
yeah,
that's what I meant.
3. That's going to call him Galama.
And that's just a foul you can't take. Galama argued that no contact, but
there was contact.
Nyamari hits the first and the second. hits all three, makes it look easy. 65-59 with 1:50 to go. Gallimore, right side. Elmy gets to the baseline. The reverse goes in and out. Ianni has position for the rebound. Anoka with possession.
Well, this is a big time down court for the Tornadoes. They have to have a bucket here.
Quick three-pointer is off the mark for Miller. Rebound tipped to Aurelius, who was mugged in the middle, and there was no foul called, and Anoka got the ball back and got a foul.
Jordan Doe picking up this one. That's the 7th team, his second.
They'll put DeAndre Miller at the line to shoot a 1-and-1, but yeah, Coon Rapids wondering where the call was. Aurelius was handcuffed by a couple of Tornadoes players, forced into the turnover. That's a big make for DeAndre Miller. He hits them both, and it is a 4-point game. Inbound to Tarnu. He'll turn and come across midcourt. Taken away by Tennell. Hands off back to Lake, and now gets it back, and then a little miscommunication. Loose ball recovered by Ianni. Lake will fire up a three, and that's good.
That's huge.
It's a 1-point game. And Coon Rapids timeout. 1:01 to go.
Wow. Yeah, this game definitely has been seesawing back and forth.
Well, and the interesting thing, Taylon Elmy hit that three-pointer to give Coon Rapids the 9-point lead with 2 minutes to go. It was on a similar scramble. Ball was kind of bouncing around. It got tipped out to him, and he nailed the three. Could have easily been a turnover.
Yep.
Since that time, an 8-0 run for Anoka, and it ends on a similar play with the ball bouncing around and finally tipped to a three-point shooter who hits.
Yeah, and you know, Anoka up until that point had been cold from the field, but they're getting hot at the right time, and they've obviously able to cut that lead to 1 with about a minute left in this contest. Cardinals holding on to that slim lead, and they will have the basketball, but it's important for them to come down and convert.
61 seconds to go.
Take some time off the clock and then convert.
Must convert.
You've never heard this song played until you've heard a mariachi band play it. They were good. Sweet Caroline.
So Coon Rapids with the ball and a 1-point lead with 1:01 to go. Doe fires it in. Gallimore receives, runs up court, and dropped it off at the rim. No points.
Wow.
You've got to get that one through the cylinder.
You have to.
Miller at the other end kicks it out to Tennell, but
that's a charge.
Charge is called. Lucky Morange getting position. That's a huge turnover as well.
Yeah, really a big turnover. So we've seen a couple at both ends here with in the last minute of play. Yeah, he had position.
Inbounded Doe. Full court pressure comes from Nyamari. They'll run through it into the front court.
Well, they can take their time. Holding a 1-point lead. Just work for your shot.
Nyamari a little too aggressive. Got a piece. That'll put Doe at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. And that'll be number 4 on Jay Nyamari. And from here, it's 2 shot fouls for the Cardinals. Always talk about it. This is where they count the most. 33 on the clock. And the shot is off. Rebound tipped out of bounds off Tennell. Tennell felt that Morange got a piece of it behind him. Must have points Inbound to Gallimore. Basket and the foul. A chance to make it a two-possession game.
That's big. That bucket gives MJ 11 points. Now you have 4 Cardinal players in double digits. And again, beautiful, good body control. There's the contact, but he's able to put it up and in.
Comes up empty, still a one-possession game at 67-64. Nyamari looking to tie it. It's short, rebound. On the floor.
Cardinal ball, a tie-up.
Will be a tie-up, and that'll be Coon Rapids basketball with 13 seconds left.
Wow.
No, they're going to give it to Anoka.
No.
I thought he called tie-up.
I thought he did too.
Possession arrows favoring the Cardinals on the board, on both boards. Tennell up top, 10 seconds left. Lake stumbled. He'll throw up the three. It's short. Rebound, Tennell. And he stepped on the line. Coon Rapids ball with 3 seconds to go. And a timeout, Anoka.
A timeout, Cardinals. We'll see it again. And then, down by 3, Lake, who had been hot in that first half, going to miss this one. And there you see, out of bounds. Cardinals looking to have the season sweep here on Anoka, because as they won by 10 in that first matchup earlier in the season at Anoka. Looking to see if they can sweep it, and this would help them certainly in the section seedings. That would put their section record at 3-3 and drop the section record of Anoka to 0-4. And this was their opportunity to try and catch Coon Rapids in that section seeding race if they were able to get this win, because I believe they have a couple more section games left.
Coon Rapids just has to protect the basketball and hit some free throws.
Yes, sir.
Inbound goes to Morange. He's fouled by Lake. And Morange will go to the other end to shoot a 1-and-1. No, it'll be a two-shot foul.
It'll be a two-shot because that's
10.
the 10. So really, just they just have to hit. He's just got to hit the 1 here. 1 out of 2. Make it a 2-point or 2-possession lead.
In and out. It rattled around and back out, keeping the young fans on their feet. And he missed them both. Still a chance for the Tornadoes. That was not off in time and nowhere near. And the Cardinals will hold for the 67-64 win.
Yeah, a nice win for them. Down by 7 at the break and able to, and then down by 9 in the second half, but able to come back and get the win.
Yeah, they down by 9 with 10 to go.
Yep, that's when they called that timeout.
And they scored 14 unanswered. A 20-2 run. They put him in control for good. We'll take a break and get some reaction from the victors after this. You're watching CTN's live coverage of boys high school basketball.
The award-winning community programming by CTN Coon Rapids is funded exclusively by cable subscribers. Without those subscribers, we would not exist. So no more coverage of local news, stories, events, and sports in our community. So thank you for subscribing to cable TV and for supporting CTN.
Hey!
Okay. If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
How will 2020 census data be used? Where there are more people, there are more needs for public services. That's why the census is used by the government to inform funding decisions each year. But that's not all. It's also used by nonprofits to inform services, by businesses to create jobs, and even by students for school projects. Understanding how the population changes helps us shape communities across the country for the better. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
Welcome back to Coon Rapids High School. We just saw a phenomenal game. The Cardinals winning 67-64 after trailing by 7 at halftime. I'm here with two stars of the game, Jackson Aurelius and Jordan Doe. Jordan, I'm going to talk to you first. You had 8 of your points in the last 10 minutes of that game. When Coach called a timeout, you were down by 9. Talk a little bit about what he said for you guys needing to come back in this game and get the win.
He just let us know that we're still in this, and we needed to finish. We can't lose. It's a rivalry game, big game. Everybody was here. We can't lose to that.
I was impressed by that pass that you made at Taylon early. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, that was perfect. On the run, right to him where it needed to be.
I just saw him running. He was open. I just had to find a way. I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
You did it. Congratulations on the win. Jackson, 19 points on the win. And Coach talked about you guys wanted to take advantage of your height situation. They did a nice job of feeding it down low to you, and you came through.
Yeah, all my teammates found me in the post. More than half of my points were not on my own. They're all by my teammates, getting them assists, racking them up, and providing for this win.
Yeah, nice job. You stepped out for a couple of threes. Talk a little bit about that. Another part of your game here tonight.
Yeah, in the past I haven't been able to shoot the threes. I know I only went 1 for 3, a couple bad threes, but I knocked one down. I'm happy about that.
How big a win is this for you guys in this section win?
This is a huge one in our section, in our conference. We love to win those.
Great. We're going to get Coach over here now. Congrats on the win, guys.
See you guys. Get out of here.
Coach O. We talked a little bit, we touched about that timeout. You guys were down by 9, and you called that timeout, and all of a sudden you guys responded and you went on a run, and you, for the most part, took control that second half.
Yeah, we just locked in. You know, our guys did a good job. We talked about, a couple of tweaks that we have to do and just staying calm. It's all right. It's 9. We don't need to lose our composure. We got to understand our game plan and get to it. Our guys really locked in defensively. There was a big stretch there. It felt like, I think they were at 54 for a long time, and we were able to claw in, really play some really good D, and a lot of it was, really man. We're known for our 1-3-1 a lot, and we really locked in on that. We had a lot of success with that, and that was the key. Our ability to defend was key. Our ability when I think of Jordan Doe with a lot of composure, didn't start the game well, and just really at the end was just poised, beyond his class of junior,
You and I talked about how important you needed a win, and obviously you got it here tonight, not only for section implications, but just a win to get the guys on the right page and feeling good about what they're doing here this season.
Yeah, absolutely. We keep talking to our guys. We got to keep pounding the stone, right? And it's, we just got to come every day, go to work, every possession. We've been in some games. This is a tough league. I mean, you look at Anoka, they've got some really nice players too, and yet we're both near the bottom of this league, and it's just a tough league every night, and we've been able to compete against some of these teams who just couldn't finish. But these guys come every day, they work their tail off, and they persevere even in a game like this where we get down 9 at home, and it's starting to look like here we go again. These guys really pounded the stone, they dug in, and we got it done.
Congrats on the win. A good one for you. Good luck the rest of the way. Back to the best in the business, Joe Young.
Thank you, Shapiro. And what an exciting second half after a first half that featured 9 different lead changes it continued in the second half with the Tornadoes really stretching the lead and holding the lead for the first half. And then, as he mentioned, they had 54 for a long time. They were stuck at 54, the Tornadoes, for 7.5 minutes from when they were up 54-45 until they found themselves trailing 59-54. But they did find enough offense at the end to make it exciting. And the Cardinals, as we talk about how important free throws are, and tonight they didn't hit those free throws. They should have been able to breathe easy over the last minute of this contest had they hit their free throws, but kept it tense. It was a 3-point game right to the finish. Tornadoes had a chance and the shot just wouldn't fall.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about their defensive effort. I thought was stellar for the most part for that second half. And again, that timeout was so important for these guys, and they responded. And give credit to them. You know, as he mentioned, down 9, here we go again. We don't want that same result, and they didn't get it. And the guys were able to step up and hold that 3-point lead and get the win. Very important win for them.
Well, and it was a very similar contest to what they had against Blaine last week. Very tight battle going back and forth all night long, and they came up on the short end because they weren't able to finish at the end of the game. This time, they found a way to finish in the last 10 minutes. They win the last 10 minutes, they win the game.
Yeah, and again, they had lost 4 in a row. They wanted to get that winning taste back in their mouths, and this was a team in Anoka coming in that they felt, obviously they've beaten once. They felt on their home court they could. Give credit to Anoka. They did great charge at the end of that first half to go up by 7, then go up by 9, put the pressure on, but the Cardinals didn't wilt. They did a really good job, and they got the win.
And it's a big one indeed. Still a couple of weeks left in their season, but that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, it's Coon Rapids 67, Anoka 64. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.